This is Lo-Fi Thrasher Lenny Blade, and this is the Retro Hunter Thailand show. So I've got two things for today to talk about. The first is that this will probably be the last pickup video in a few months at least, because of my financial situation, but that's another thing. So I saw something that I could not say no to, and that was of course some new Famicom games. We'll take a look at those in a second, but first I have some rather sad news about one of my favorite second-hand Japanese/European shops here in Korat, Thailand, and it's in a district called Pakthongchai. And I've been there a couple of times before. I picked up a lot of stuff there, usually media, games, VHS, CDs, things like that. So I went there again and I was looking for furniture, and it was ridiculously expensive, so I just decided to not care, and I started looking at the media stuff. If you've been following my channel, you know that I've been there 3 times. I even filmed on location at one point, and the first 2 times it was really cheap, and then the second time, or the third time, I had to pay a little bit more. Now this time it was ridiculous. Usually at this shop, every piece of media is 20 baht. Like, so if you got 2 CDs, that's 40 baht. Okay, which is a good deal. You can make a lot of good deals that way. And so normally when I go, I have a stack like that, and they count, and then okay, and then they divide it by whatever, so or multiply it by 20. So the first time it was even cheaper. I had a stack like this, and I was like, okay, how much is this? They just looked at it and like, okay, 200 baht. This time I had this stack. And not even joking, I went up to the guy and I, presented my pile of stuff, and he was like, okay, 500. I said, 500? 500 เลย? And he said, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then 100 each, that's 500. And I looked at him in disbelief. I'm like, okay, แล้วไม่เป็นไร. Okay, never mind. And I took the stuff and started going back. And right away, he was like, 300 ก็ได้, like 300 is okay. And I looked back at him and I said, ผมคิด200. I think it should be 200 baht. Even that is 40 baht each, so still more expensive. And finally he said yes. So but that was probably the last time I went shopping there, because it's first of all, they don't get that much stuff anymore, and secondly, yeah, the stuff is going up in price. But I do like to support my locals, so the games I picked up is the Swedish, or the Swedish release of Gran Turismo. For the original PlayStation, and complete with a booklet and everything. So 40 baht for that, that's pretty decent. And I got the FIFA 98. I'm not a huge sports fan, but once in a while it's nice to just relax and play some football. And I picked up 3 VHS tapes. Snow White and the 7 Dwarves. So Snow White, basically, this is an original Disney, but it is in Danish. So I didn't. But because I am Swedish, I can still understand it a little bit, at least. And I found this one. Escape to Athena, and this is the again another Scandinavian, a Danish release. Roger Moore action, and pretty random, I found this one. Red Dragon. Also, all of these look good, look to be in good condition, no mold or anything like that, so I picked those up. Anyways, let's take a look at those Famicom games, shall we?
Alright, we're back here. We'll take a look at the first batch of Famicom games. I got both of these batches. This is the first parcel out of 2. So I got both of these parcels from Facebook Marketplace here in Thailand. And all the games were between 40 and 50 baht a game. So we'll take a look at the first batch here, which is the most numerous. We've got Star Soldier, which was a shoot 'em up for the Nintendo Famicom, and with a little bit of writing here on the back. Actually, most of these cartridges were in pretty rough shape, and one in particular, which will be the last one I'll show you. This is F1 Race. It's a pretty decent 1984 Famicom racing game. And here we have Aso Armored Scrum. I believe the full title of that was, which is another shoot 'em up as well. There were a plethora, as it were, of shooting games on the Famicom, and this one is supposed to be pretty good. I've never played it, to be honest, so looking forward to trying that one out. This is another famous Famicom shoot 'em up game, Twin B, and this must be a later release, like some sort of early repro or something, because the original Twin B goes for a lot of money, and this one I got for 50 baht, so that's probably not the original. Devil World, yeah, not much to say about this one. It's a pretty decent arcade game, or arcade style game, so yeah, as you can see, more writing on the back here. And Frontline, this is a simple shoot 'em up. Shoot 'em up in the style of Commando, not like a space shooter. Yeah, that's actually a pretty decent description, a simple version of Commando. And here we've got the last one from this batch, Sky Kid. Not too much to say about this one. It's a fairly common game. You see it quite often out and about here in Thailand when you go out hunting for game. It's usually a little bit more expensive than 50 baht, but I managed to get it for 50. Here's the next batch, and this is Dragon Slayer 4. And this actually did not fire up when I tried it out, unfortunately. It's supposed to be mostly in English anyways. I think it was called Legacy of Kings or something like that in English areas on the NES, but this is the Japanese version. Did not start. And here we have another one, a Namcot classic, Dig Dug, which is obviously a part of the famous arcade game, and a good fun game. Here's another one called Urban Champion. This is an extremely simple and quite shallow beat 'em up. Or actually, it's sort of a versus fighter, because you're fighting one-on-one all the time. But yeah, it's not super exciting. It's fun in small doses, very small doses. And this one is that dirty cartridge I talked about, Donkey Kong Jr., the original one from 1982. Now this is the dirtiest and most disgusting cartridge I've ever bought from Marketplace. And not only the plastic surrounding, as you can see, but also the IC was very dirty, so I hope it fires up. So I'm gonna clean this and try it out, and then I'll see you next time.